was Advan.
Advan. The meaning of Advan, you mean?
Yeah. And before that also Samahit Chitta San.
Yeah, being calm. Samahita Chitta San means being calm.
Okay.
And Advan is Samsara Gati. Means that samsara.
Okay.
That journey. Life journey. Something like that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Page 80, Gita Press, B9. Everything is Greek and Hemavati is saying everything is Greek and Latin. I hope it is not everything Greek and Latin.
No, Guruji, I meant it in the context of you were talking about teaching the Westerners. I wrote it at that time.
At that time, okay.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I'll be missing. Of course, everything is Greek and Latin to me. That is understood. At least not for the others.
Context is everything, So,
I mean, I wrote it at that time, But of course, for me, everything is Greek and Latin.
No. See, we should not say that. We should not say everything is Greek and Latin. Because we are here to follow. And there is a communication happening. I am believing that something is happening. Okay. And so you also should believe it. And nothing wrong in saying I'm following. I've not followed everything. But I need to review this. That's why Abhyasa class is there. And that's why there are 7 days in a week. All that is there. So okay, Swapna, go ahead.
Oh, wow. Sorry, Jaykumarji, I had a question. Can you explain Sakshat Karavan again?
Sakshat Karavan. Sakshat. Sakshat karoti iti sakshat karaha. So Brahma Sakshatkaram, Ishvara Sakshatkaram, like that we use this word Sakshat. So what we learned as children is Sakshatkaram means what? You saw God. You saw that whatever Sakshatkaram is mentioned, Shabari had Rama Sakshatkaram. Correct? Because Rama came right there. And so she was so happy and she got moksha. So Rama Sakshatkara, Vishnu Sakshatkara, like that. We can give all this.
It is something like Samaksham in front of the eyes.
So that is Sakshatkara. That is Sakshat. Wait a minute. So that is literally seeing. Pratyakshikaranam. That is Sakshat. There in that interpretation, it means Pratyakshikaranam. Appeared right there in front of you. So there is no you can't deny that. That's why eyewitness, they say. Eyewitness is such an important thing. Hearing also, sort of. Okay, I heard a sound. I heard a gunshot. Okay, I heard a gunshot. Okay, it's evidence. But we need to go more. If there is an eyewitness, even better. Correct? I saw somebody doing this means that's it. That's a clinching deed. Right?
Eyewitness as EYE witness as well as I, capital I witness. Both.
I was referring to EYE only. Okay, right now. Okay. So Sakshatkara here means what? Hey, aparokshi karoti. Paroksham is everybody knows paroksham. But aparokshi karanam is sakshatkaram. Correct? Converting the paroksha God to aparoksha God is called sakshatkara. Therefore, sakshatkaraman, sakshatkaraha asya asti iti sakshatkara. And one who has that sakshatkara is called sakshatkaraman.
Okay.
Correct? Sapna, go ahead.
So, the 9th verse, the Bhaashyam, the last line, Yad asau apnoti vidwan. So here, that Vishnu Padam is gained by the Viveki. Did I? Or it's,
Right. So, yat padam, put in brackets, yat padam, padam put in brackets, or Vishnu padam, whatever, Vishnoho paramam padam, asau vidwan apnoti. That is the Vishnu, that is the padam, that is the goal which this vidwan will reach, or just or gains. It is
gains.
the repetition of what was said inside.
Okay.
Because apnoti came long before, right? The middle of the Bhaashyam. Apnoti.
Right.
Yeah.
So this Viveki gains that Vishnu Padam, meaning he gains that knowledge, right?
Correct.
So, yeah.
Correct. Adhigamaha kartabhyaha. Adhigantam.
The Vishnu Padam is so conditioned in the head, right? Like it's something out there. So it's taking time to, in my head, to reorient the decondition the old pattern and relearn.
Yeah. So, fine. So, there's nothing wrong in what we learned as children. Vishnu Padam, yeah, you have to go. You have to go to heaven, you have to go Vishnu, etc. So, that bhakti will be there, that love for Vishnu, Rama, Devi, and all will be there, Lakshmi, Saraswati, all that, the love is there. And love is required, right? Bhakti is a requirement. So, now we are ready for more. When we are ready for more, we just turn it around and say, this is what it is. And then that suddenly the alai oyarudhu solluva. All these waves, in the beach, just dashing on the shore. Kata, kata, kata. Suddenly the ocean is quiet, it seems. No more noise. No more agitation. Yeah, good. Mahesh, go ahead.
First thing I want to say, you said about somebody asked you whether you are teaching Americans, Westerners or something. So maybe my response would have been, I am a Westerner teaching Westerners and Indians.
Yeah, the word American, right? So one who has citizenship also is an American.
Yeah. So at least me and Swapnaji are American, and Bhagyaji.
Correct, true, very true. But then see that mindset is there. We have to see the mindset, right? Approval, constantly see. My teaching is not good unless you're teaching Americans, Westerners, white people.
Yeah, when I was in Indian schools, there used to be a joke. Apparently, somebody went to an eye doctor because he had something got in his eye. So the eye doctor said, "Oh yeah, I see a foreign object in your eye." So the patient said, "Oh, if it is foreign, just leave it there."
Oh, it's foreign.
So it's like that. So we have that fancy for, I don't know, maybe it's not much less now, but I know at least when I was there 30, 40 years ago, it was pretty bad.
Yeah,
so,
it's improving.
Okay, anyway.
Guruji, it only counts if it is a white Westerner, not an African American.
That's to be white. That's to be white.
That is why all these creams are sold, Swapnaji, to make you white.
Lakme.
Anyway, so my question was this: we talk about this 1.3.9, the Vishnu Padam. That is so related to the what we talked about Vishnu Padam in 1.3.4 towards the end, like Vaishnavasya Padasya Atmadaya Pratipatti Upapadyade.
Correct. Ditto. Yes, good catch. So he's talking about the Bhaashyam, Shankaracharya's Bhaashyam of mantra number 4, where he concludes with those very same words, Vaishnavasya, the Ratha Kalpanaya. So he's talking about that Ratha Kalpana which was just given. Purpose he's saying, Vaishnavasya Padasya Atmataya Pratipatti. There now he says Pratyagatmataya. There he had said Atmataya.
Atmaya.
Yeah. Pratipattihi is Adhigamaha. Knowing, understanding. Pratipatti. Those words are very powerful words in our Shastra. Pratipattihi. Upapadyate na anyatha swabhava anatikrama. Upapadyate is occurs, that kind of an understanding will occur.
Possible, right? Possible.
Okay, possible. And na anyatha swabhava anatikrama.
Not otherwise.
Not otherwise, not possible. Which means he's saying, I have to know myself, period. If I don't want to know myself, this journey will continue. You can continue to be in the train. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, at that time, I didn't fully understand that because I wrote saying that Vaishnava Vadam is same as Nirguna Atma. At that time, I didn't fully ask why we are saying that. Because we didn't dwell on that. But now with the explanation of Vishnu, it is more clear.
Right. So if the question is, okay, if all pervasiveness has to be talked about, why don't you just say Brahmanaha? Why do you say Vishnuho? Brahmanaha Paramam Padam, at least I can understand, easier for me. Why are you saying Vishnu? Well, that also we saw the meaning, right? Vish, all pervasive.
Vishnu. No, that was not, that kind of explanation, like the Vyapana, Shilasya, Brahmana, all those things were not given there.
Correct.
In the previous,
right.
When he said Vaishnavasya.
Yeah. So looks like he gave a sneak preview of what is to come.
Yeah, we discussed this in the last study class last Sunday.
I see. Okay. So now, okay. Yeah, Premaji.
Guruji, I was looking at this when you were saying Yaha Naraha, the Vidwan Advanaha, Samsaragatehe, Param Apnoti. So the crossover, the Param is the crossover. Tat Param Vishnoho Vyapana Shilasya Brahmanaha Paramam Padam Bhavati. So it's confusing me here. Tat Param, that crossing over, Vishnu Vyapana Shilasya. The Vyapana Shilasya Brahmanaha. How would I express it in words?
So he's saying that Vishnu Padam, don't think you have to go to some place. Because Vishnu Padam means it is the abode of Vishnu. Really speaking, it is Vaikuntha. That is the meaning of Vishnu Padam. But he's saying, Vyapana Shilasya Vishnu, when Vishnu is all pervasive, and you say, I want to go see Vishnu in Vaikuntham, it should trigger something and say, what is going on here? These are two contradictory things. My understanding of Vishnu Padam and the word Vyapana Shilaha are contradicting each other. And therefore he's saying, Brahmanaha Vyapana Shilasya. Okay. Hey, that is Sarva Vyapi. Vishnu is Sarva Vyapi. It is like, McDonald's is everywhere. And so if you want to have something in McDonald's, you don't have to go to US of A, right? Because US of A is headquarters of McDonald's. You can just go next door because these fellows are all pervasive, pretty much. And so that's like that. So they just you gotta tell us that that's what it is. Drop your karma. Drop karma and go to jnana. Why adhigamaha kartavya? Adhigamaha. No karma can get you this. Karma can only get you antakarana shuddhi, the preparedness of the mind through which I can understand statements like this. Correct? Statements like this. That pratyagatmataya adhigamaha kartavya. That Vishnu is none other than pratyagatma. Who can make this? How can he? It's we call it a sacrilege You say Vishnu is Pratyagat. He's saying, you better get down to here. Better start thinking. You don't have to believe anything. Don't believe, as Swami Tadatmanandaji says. Long ago, I heard him say. He says, don't believe what I say. Understand what I say. What a statement it was. I still remember it. 25 years ago, I heard him said that. 30 years ago, I don't know. So, well, this is not something to be believed. It's like adhigamaha kartavya. Otherwise, vishwasaha kartavya. हम पर विश्वास करो. Believe me. I will help you. You believe, trust me. Yeah, initial trust is absolutely essential. Trust is absolutely essential. But you go beyond trust. If we tell Shankaracharya, what you said, it must be true because we believe, he will run away from us. Right? Where is the question of trust and all that? Did you understand what I said? That is what he's interested in. So telling, my goodness, what a profound truth it is. You're telling you must be right because we believe. That's not correct.
So it's experiential. It's what you internalize.
Correct.
It's not something that's told and then you say, because I like you, I will believe you.
So therefore, it is jnanam first and foremost, like the rope snake example, right? I have to know that it is a rope, not snake. Okay, I can run away. I'm running away from this subject. Okay. And somebody comes and tells me, wait a minute, relax, first calm down. First calm down, right? First step, calm down. Okay, that guy is confused. He's already sure that it's a snake. So the person has to be calmed down. Then hold on to my hand. Guru comes and says, hold on to it. Nothing to worry. Then do all these games you play and then say, from the corner, okay, the corner of a, okay, that's, I understand. Come here, hold on to me. I'll hold you. The corner of the eye, look. Do you see that one end, the little end? Yeah. What do you see? No, I see the snake is there. Are you sure you're seeing a snake? Okay, stretch a little bit more. Then what happens? What should happen? Then the person is now saying, yeah, you're right. Now, yeah, you're right is not experience. Yeah, you're right is knowledge. Is knowledge. We differentiate knowledge from experience. Okay. Now, that knowledge can give rise to experiences. We're not interested in that. It has to be a positive experience, no doubt. Ananda, no doubt. But that is not, because you can, without knowing also, you can get Ananda experience. So many people are going after Ananda experience only. Therefore, we cannot latch on to the experience. Then somebody will ask, no, I can get the experience every night like this, I get experience. What is your moksha and all you're talking about? It's a waste of time. So we don't have to study all this in order to get any experience. We're already getting all the experiences. But this knowledge of that rope snake as a rope changes the whole life completely, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And whatever experience comes out of it, let it come. I'm happy now. Okay, good. That's an experience. Experiential happiness. But that experience is not born of a contact with sense organs. It's not sensory ananda, not a sensory experience. Then what experience is it? It's not a sensory experience. Everything else we experience is sensory, right? That is why the more subtle things we do, if a child is able to draw, sing, all that, it's more subtle. It's in the subtle realm. It's not gross. And so that person, we say, has better habits and better, hobbies and things like that, which take the person away from the gross. And so what you said, your question is experiential. The answer to that is no. It is not experiential. It is jnanam. It is knowledge, which After knowledge can manifest as various experiences, but you know that you're not looking for experience per se. Yes, the Ananda is there. I'm free. Even after knowledge, we can have painful experiences. Arthritis will still be there. It is here to stay. Osteoporosis is here to stay. Thanks to all our Zoom calls and sitting all day and IT. It's all IT people they are going to lead us. They're going to tell us how to deal with all these problems. Right? In addition to using computers, they'll tell us what are all these disorders, hands, everything getting numb for no reason. Right? So all that will continue to happen. Nobody wants it, but it will happen. But this knowledge frees us completely. Despite all these problems that are going to be there with this body, I can say I am free. I am muktaha. I am not bound at all. Can I say that? That is a question. We have to think about it, right? Remaji?
Yes, it is like understanding that is the beginning of the end. And is it correct to say that the Panchakosha Pratyaya is one of the methodologies we are exposed to? So whatever is opening, helping us to open our eyes to see what the Guru wants us to see, it depends on our preparation of how prepared we are to see it. If you continue to close your eyes and say, I'm scared, you won't see it.
Correct.
So is that the right understanding?
Yeah. So yeah, this is a prakriya. This is a methodology. So draw our attention to Atma. Okay? And yes, there are other methodologies. Like what? Like avasthatraya prakriya. There's 3 states of experience: waking, dream, and deep sleep, which Mandukya Upanishad uses. Okay? So that's also a beautiful one. How does that show? How can that show the Atma? Well, there is a waker. Then there is somebody who sleeps. Is it the waker who slept? Is it the sleeper who woke up? Who woke up? Then if the person is waking, how can the waker sleep? How can the sleeper be awake? Sleeper must sleep. That is the name of the meaning of the word sleeper. So therefore, there must be something which is other than what is that experience of sleep, other than the experience of waking. That other, what is being unfolded by that Upanishad, by showing those 3 things. Because there are only 3 states possible. You are other than those 3 states. Which means you are not a state. You are that which can sustain states. Only a non-state can sustain state. Only water can sustain ocean and waves and whatnot. Only Nirgunam can sustain Sagunam. Like that, all those ideas will come there. So yeah, that's a prakriya. How's your the home? Is it getting fixed shortly or?
The person who was supposed to come, he had to go to Cuba for some unknown reason.
Truth and truth, it's a 4 forms. Yeah. Yeah, so Ramaji is saying Drik Drishya Vivek. So there is a text that Shankaracharya has written called Drik Drishya Vivek. Beautiful text.
Which is Swamiji has also taught it. I've seen it on YouTube. No, Swamiji?
Beautiful. Very nice text. Yeah. Rupam Drishyam Lochanam Drik. Tad Drishyam Driktu Manas. It starts with a bang. Rupam Drishyam Lochanam Drik. Rupam Drishyam. What you're seeing is a form. Some form you're seeing. Eyes are the drik, but the eyes are the drik, the seer of that form. Drik means seeing. Seer, one who sees is called drik. Rupam drishyam lochanam drik, tadrishyam driktu manasam. Next quarter, tadrishyam means no, but then you know what? The eyes itself is drishyam, not drik. Why? Because tadrishyam driktu manasam. The mind is the drik, not the eyes. Then what? Tadrishyam driktu manasam. Vrityadhi vrittaya sakshi drigeva natu drishyate. Dhivrittaya. All the thoughts that are going on in your mind, really, the mind itself is a bunch of thoughts, which you know. And therefore, mind is not the seer, not drik. It is drishyam. Then what is drik? Drigeva. Sakshi. There is sakshi. Natu drishyate. Can the sakshi be seen? Can I apply the same logic? No, I can't apply the same logic. Atma. Like that is, that's a bang, the first statement. Long ago I had read that. And so Viveka. So that's another methodology. Is it drishyam or not? Tell me. Can it be observed? Is it the observed or the observer? And can the observer become the observed? That's all. If you can tell me this, I can figure out Atma. Very nice. Okay, so we'll stop.
Jaykumarji, so based on these strategies, can we say that the paradox of language can also be a strategy to understand? Now, when we in the today's sloka, so the gross, we are going from the gross to the subtle, right? So the gross stops here. I mean, which we cannot understand in spite of telling through a language. Even the philosopher says that the limit of the limit of the language is the limit of the universe. So that stops the grossness as you go inside into the subtleness. But it's already understood that the language cannot explain it, right? So the paradox of language, like say in different parts we get it, like it is greater than the greatest or smaller than the smallest. Things like that, which we come across in Shastra, can also be understood as a sort of strategy, like Adhyaropa, like you said, or Viveka and other prakriyas.
Yeah. So Prasad is asking that you have these methodologies, and is all these other ways of saying it, Anoraniyan, Mahato Mahiyan. So smaller than the smallest, but it is bigger than the biggest. Okay, how these are all very paradoxical statements. Okay, and is that also a strategy? He's saying, he's asking. Now, I won't call it strategy or a prakriya. I will say that it is automatic in the sense, because of the nature of Atma, these statements are going to be paradoxical on the surface, going to be paradoxical, because that Atma, Vastu, is not an object. Only an object of my perception, my Sakshi, can be properly described. But being the subject, ironically, we don't have any words. That is why Atma is Shabda Avachyam. Shabda Avachyam means what? Not expressible by words. That is why Yato, Taittiriyopanishad, Yato Vacho Nivartante Apraapya Manasa Saha. Yato Vacho Nivartante. That from which words rebound. That from, what is Atma? Atma is that from which words simply reflect back, not doing their job. Yato vacho nivartante apraapya manasa saha. What happened? Did the words, did they do the job or not? No, apraapya. The word was not adequate in describing Atma. Manasa saha. What about the mind? The mind also came back saying, I don't know. I can't do. Kathopanishad says what? Yan manasana manute yenahur mano matam. Yan manasa na manute. What cannot be objectified by the mind? Yan manasa na manute yenahuhu mano matam. But people say that without Atma, the mind cannot be what the mind is. So like, all these are all very poetic kind of, it seems poetic, right? That's the way the language is, that's the way it's going to be. That is why you have so many texts talking about this one all-pervasive Atma. It should be the easiest thing, but it's not the easiest. So yeah, Prasad is making a good observation. This paradoxical statements and all come because it is Atma is Shabda Avachya. That is why Shankaracharya says, Maunam Vyakhya Prakatita Parabrahma Tattvam Yuvanam. Dakshinamurti is presented as Maunam Vyakhya Prakatita Parabrahma Tattvam. And thanks to Shankaracharya, most of the world believes that Maunam Vyakhya means Dakshinamurti taught these rishis through silence. How many of you have read this? Pretty much. Chitram Matatadora Mole Irkata, Mauna Vyakhya Prakatita. Okay. And so, Mauna Vyakhya, they say, Dakshinamurti taught in silence. Because Mauna Vyakhya. Vyakhya means speech. A speech of silence is another paradox. Right? A speech using silence is how do you do that? And that's what they attribute to Dakshinamurti. The meaning of the word Mauna Vyakhya is you can talk as much as you want, but you cannot define Atma. That is the meaning of Mauna Vyakhya. Hey, Atma is Shabda Avachya. You can say that Dakshinamurti is great, he's silent. Through silence he taught. This is all very high funda. And we don't need to go that high funda. We can just say with this is the beauty of our tradition. Vyakhya means Shabda Avachya. You can't, there's no word, nothing, no sound can access Atma, no sight can access Atma, Atma cannot be seen, tasted, touched, etc. Therefore, this is why Mauna Vyakhya. Brilliant usage, Shankaracharya. Means that's the thing, that's it. Yato Vacho Nivartan. That is why Mauna Vyakhya. That is why Sadashiva Brahmendra, you know what he says? Sarvam Brahmamayam Re Sarvam Brahmamayam Kim Vachaniyam Kim Avachaniyam Kim Vachaniyam. What is to be said is something to be said. Kim Avachaniyam. What is not to be said? Like that, he is just asking all these questions. Kim Vadaniyam, Kim Avadaniyam. These are the big questions of Kim, and the Kim goes like that. Kim Bhoktavyam, Kim Abhoktavyam, and all, he uses all these words. But that is because it is Shabda Avachya. Therefore, that is Sakshatkara. Therefore, the Vishnu Padam is the Atma Padam. Atma Padam. Beautiful it is. Atma is all pervasive. I am Vishnu. But I am Vishnu statement is absolutely useless if I simply I'm just parroting some statement. It won't work. I am Vishnu is a statement to be understood. Adhigamaha kartavyaha. Kartavyaha. See there. Karma is there. Kartavyaha. Karma. What kind of karma you have to do? Adhigamaha kartavya. The karma which will lead you to knowledge. Means you have to study. Understand. Study means what? Understand. Good.
So the words actually is not important, even in the Shastra. The one which actually comes out, which is called knowledge, that's more important in comparison.
Yeah, say that again.
Or in other words, actually words are actually once the knowledge is understood, words is still, it's part of Maya, Upadhi. It is not actually the knowledge itself.
Correct. Correct. Prasad is making another subtle observation. The word is like the thorn which removes another thorn. Once the thorn is removed, is there any use for this thorn? No, you just throw both the thorns out like that. So word, that's all the word. The word is powerful. Word is very powerful. But once the ajnanam is gone, word itself is mithya anyway. Mithya. And that mithya, once it does its job, then it continues to remain mithya, no doubt. But that word itself is not atma. Itself is not what is vastu. Word itself is not. Good. Anything else?
Excuse me. What is the meaning of adhigama? What did you say?
Understanding, knowledge. Adhigama kartavya means Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahavirjam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu. Adhitam. So, same meaning. Adhigamaha adhitam. Adhitamastu. May our study be proper. Means let's have proper dialogues like this. Let our goal be to understand what is said. That's it. I will not get up from here until I understand. That must be how my life should be. So Tejasvi, let it be brilliant, our study. Okay. Let us use the right tools, right resources, and let us use the time properly. Tejasvi navadhitamastu. So that adhitam, the same thing, adhigamaha, that e dhatu and is equal to in gatav.
What?
That e adhitam, that word, Sanskrit wise, it means gamanam, that the gam dhatu. Therefore, adhigamaha is equal to adhitam. Adhyetavyaha is to be known. Adhigamaha kartavyaha means must be known. Must be known.
And
Pratyagatma.
this kartavya is not a karma.
Correct. Therefore, there, kartavya does not refer to a karma that must be done. But whatever karma is required for me to study, that's all karma only. All that is karma. But when I am ready to understand something, you know what? I have to drop all my karma, correct? Very interesting. Very interesting. That's why, obviously, physically, we are not doing anything in class. The person who is listening, the student has to only listen. That is why sometimes writing can be distracting, correct? Writing can be distracting. Because when I'm writing, I'm not paying attention to what is being said. Sometimes that happens. And then you say, oh, I missed it. Did it happen to you guys?
Yes.
Especially I'm talking very fast also. I'm sure it happened to all of you. Oh man, he moved off, and what am I supposed to do now? Satsang, put a circle there. Let's ask the question again. So, because why? Because writing. Because attention is on writing. And attention must be on both listening and writing. That sometimes is doable for some time, but not constantly. But sometimes you're writing a word you're thinking of the spelling. The minute you think of the spelling, that time your attention is gone. You are not listening. Correct?
Nuchurji always says this. Don't write, just listen.
Yeah. Listening, Shravanam. That's why they say Shravanam. They're very particular about it. It's not even called Patanam. It is not even called Lekhanam. Nothing. It's called Shravanam. This Shastram, that Shravanam is so important. Because it is all deconditioning. It's all about deconditioning. Correct? Deconditioning. Once the conditions are all removed, all the superimpositions are peeled away one after the other, what remains is Atma, and that should give us that jnana, adhigama.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Sangeeta ji is there. She's calling in from Delhi, and it's nice to see you, Sangeeta ji. She's a teacher, so she's never able to attend classes, and so 7 o'clock she has to leave home. Now she's on summer break. Namaste.
Yes.
And so I met her in Delhi this time last week, and so it was very nice. I in fact spent the night at her home, Vijay ji and Sangeeta ji. So sorry, Rajiv ji.
It was a privilege, Guruji.
So tell us about yourself, Sangeeta ji.
Guruji, I listened to your class later. In the morning, I'll actually leave at about 6:50, so I can't log in and attend class. But I'm on track. So I wait for Vijayji to upload the class and then, yeah.
Correct.
But I seem to know everybody because I watch them every week. So I seem to know everybody.
It's nice that you could join today because that way now everybody else can know who you are.
Yeah, yes.
So she lives in Gurgaon.
Gurgaon.
It's fine. I'm finding it difficult to pronounce Gurgaon. Gurgaon, I think I should say, right? Gurgaon.
Gurgaon. It's a village gown. Gurugram. It came from Gurugram.
Gurugram. Yeah. Gurugram. So why Guru? Why like that? Something to do with...
It came from Guru Dronacharya's village.
Oh, that is why. Correct. So there is a railway station called, what is that? Dronacharya.
Dronacharya, yes.
Guru Dronacharya on metro. Oh, that's the connection. I was so happy when I saw that.
So maybe he lived somewhere that side. That's why the station is called Guru Dronacharya Station.
Yeah, Guru Dronacharya Station. I said, my goodness. I wish our Indian stations were named like this. Rather than Bhaktiyarpur and all that. Lodi and all that. Our places are all named after all these marauders. It's unbelievable. What you've come down to is just unbelievable. So Guru Dronacharya, I think that is so nice to see that. So good. And your vacation is you have vacation for about 2 more weeks, I think, right?
Yes. Good.
Okay. So what grade are you teaching, Sangeeta ji?
12, Guruji.
12th.
12.
And subjects?
Maths.
So you've been a teacher?
All my life, maybe. Yeah, all my life I've taught.
Yeah. And before coming to Gurugram, you were in Delhi?
I've been in Gurugram for many, many years. Yes, I was in Delhi before that.
Okay. So Sangeeta ji has been...
I've been studying with the disciples of Pujya Swamiji for many years now.
Yeah, so she was studying under Srinivasan ji from Koilpatti, our trustee. And so she's doing that. Prior to that, Swamiji, what is the Swamiji's name? That you were also...
Nitya Buddhanandi.
Yeah, Nitya Buddhanandi.
Nitya Bodhananda ji, Muditvadananda ji.
Yes, we were classmates. That's why I can hear the melody. We were studying together.
Yeah.
Correct. Rukmini ji was in Delhi also. At that time, they all studied together.
And my house is Guru Dronacharya's metro station.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I see. Very interesting. Okay. So, nice to see you, Sangeeta ji, in Delhi and of course here also.
Thank you, Guruji. Dhanyawad.
All the best. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanathaaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Thank you.